Hello Guardians, Ebontis here, back with you guys for another weekly reset for Destiny. It is March 21st, 1 week away from the Age of Triumph. We know the raids, all that crazy stuff is coming next week, but one more week to get ready for it if you guys want to. So, let's jump into the good stuff and see what we've got to do this week. First off, we've got the Nightfall strike, and it is going to be the Shadow Thief. Modifiers we've got are Fresh Troops, Match Game, Catapult, and Exposure. So Fresh Troops, going to have some Taken in there most likely, and a few more enemies, maybe a few more Majors. Match Game, enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage, so bring a variety of damage types, including your super, so you can get through some of those enemies with shields a little quicker if possible. Primary will work, but the elemental damage will at least cut through those shields a little quicker. Then you've got Catapult, so grenade recharge rate is greatly increased, so use those as much as you can. And then we've got Exposure. Guardian shields are increased, but do not replenish. That's going to be the tough one, of course, especially for the boss room. So keep that in mind. Definitely going to have to play a little on the safer side, and we'll just have to see how this one goes. Shouldn't be too terrible, but definitely one you'll have to be a little cautious on, because that shield not coming back will definitely make the damage you take that much more critical each time. Next, we come to the Siva Crisis Heroics modifiers of Arc Burn, so it's a Zalo Supercell week for sure. Zalo, sorry. Chaff, no radar, and Catapult for all your grenade fun. So I think this ought to be a pretty good week. So, yeah, bring Zalo Supercell and any Arc stuff you've got, and plenty of Arc grenades, and you guys should have a lot of fun. So, pretty good week if you need to farm this stuff before anything else comes out, but next week brings on the World of the Dawning, so you got some new treasures coming up too, so we will see what those are all about. The daily heroic story mission is Last Rites. Using the stealth code, travel deep into the heart of the Helmeth and slip away with a sliver of Crota's soul. Always a cool one. Go back into the Crota's End raid for part of it. Check it out. And then when you get in there, you have to go up to basically the Daughters of Oryx. Jump in there and steal a sliver of Crota's soul and pretty much set off an alarm and have a good time. So jump in there for your 15 legendary marks in case you do need to max out for anything for next week. As we come check with Tyra Karn, she's got a few artifacts for us. Unfortunately, nothing to brag about in the world of stat rolls. First one we've got is the Memory of Timer. This is a full strength roll. As I said, none of these are great, around 80%. Melee attacks on minions of the darkness have a chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. So go up, melee any red bar enemy, and you have a chance to basically turn it as your friend for about 30 seconds. If you're done with it, stab it again, and it will turn back. Then we've got the Memory of Radagast. Intellect and Strength roll, again, about 80%. Gain the ability to reflect energy-based projectiles with the guarding with the sword, increased sword ammo capacity. So you can actually reflect supers and other fun things. There's plenty of videos out there of what you can and can't reflect, but mostly energy-based weapons will do. Then finally we come to the Memory of Gellion. Full intellect roll, again about 80%. None of these are special. Grants a detailed radar. Radar persists when sighting with primary weapons. So you get your hunter version of radar where you got 8 segments, a little more detailed viewing of where people are at. And your radar persists when sighting just like it does with Meta Multi-Tool. Pretty straightforward artifacts this week, but none of them are amazing. So if you've already got these, you're not missing much to try and get better stats. Shiro 4 has a few bounties for us. Always the place to get your Thorn bounty kicked off if you need to. We've got Pull the Plug, Kill Fallen Majors and Ultras. Always a good thing to have because I think we're going to be killing plenty, especially with the Nightfall this week. We've got Anti-Splicer, complete patrols in the Plague Lands. Run around, pick up those patrol beacons, knock out those little mini quests, and you should be good to go here. Then we've got Archon's Forge Captains and Archon's Forge Servitors. So spend a little time in Archon's Forge, and you should be able to knock out Pull the Plug as well. But some time in there, get 3 out of your 4 bounties done for the week. Get a nice experience boost and save these up. See if maybe you need to kick off and get a nice little Vanguard package or something like that next week when Age of Triumph starts. So that might be a decent time to start thinking about saving up some bounties. I don't know if it's going to do you a ton of good, but we'll find out later if it does. Next, we come to Commander Zavala, his weekly elite bounties for us. First one we've got is Strike Elite, Gold Tier, Silver Tier, and Bronze Tier Achieved Medals. So pretty much just go knock out 9 strikes. You'll be able to take care of this one. Pretty easy week with those Siva Crisis burns as well, so that should go fairly quickly. Then you've got Sunrise Bounty. Of course, if you do not have your Icebreaker, this is the place to do it. Knock out that Nightfall with a Gold Tier medal before time expires in 30 minutes, and you should be able to take care of this one. With a group, this is usually pretty reasonable to do, especially with the exposure this week. Having a group will make things a little easier so you can revive each other. Finally, Simply Perfect. Complete Siva Crisis Strikes without any member of your fire team dying to earn a flawless medal. Now, I think I've done this with somebody dying, but I think you just can't have the full 3 die and get a mini reset. I could be wrong, but give that one a shot, but try and keep everybody alive as possible. It'll go quicker anyway. Next, we flip over to the Crucible side of things. First, we've got the daily Crucible mode. This is going to be Rumble. Free for all, kill everything, watch your back, pretty straightforward. Just you versus everybody else in the room. 1 match, you'll get your 15 legendary marks for the week. For your weekly Crucible playlist, always a little bit of fun, especially since we have back to basics for the Shaxx bounty. I'll cover that in a second. Mayhem Clash, come in here, 6v6 team deathmatch. Everything is cranked up to 11. Little preview of what those daybreak strikes are going to be like. And you get your Radiant Treasure for the week by completing one of these matches as well. Or you can go over to Inferno Rumble. And this is going to be, again, free and for all, just like Rumble, but now Infernos, everything cranked down to 0. Basically, watch your back. You got no trackers. Respawns on ammo are a little bit slower. Basically, everything is a little bit harder, a little more of a hardcore mode. So you got your 2 swings there. Big 6v6 swinging for the fences with 11, or Inferno Rumble, very hardcore, very tactical, very stealthy, almost being important. So 2 nice opposites on the weekly Crucible playlist for the week. As for Shaxx weekly bounty, we've got back to basics, which ties in well with Mayhem Clash. You're going to complete 7 matches, 50 primary kills, 25 assists, and then 25 ability kills. The ability kills are the easiest ones to do in Mayhem Clash. You might pick normal Clash if you're going for primary kills, just because everybody's going to be going super crazy in Mayhem, so may make those primaries a little bit harder, so try a normal playlist instead there. And finally, we come to the good old Raid Challenge mode before we kick off Age of Triumph's weekly rotation. So this one, we've got Vosik for the last time, at least all by himself. And this is the one where when he drops the bombs, the little Siva clusters in the damage phase, you need to take 2 of those and close 2 doors per damage phase. And then on the 3rd one, you have to kill him, because we will have no doors to run into. Other than that, pretty straightforward there. Go in there and get your rewards. Last set before Age of Triumph kicks off next week, so come in here and make this one happen. Well, that pretty much wraps up the week. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop that like below. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments. I'll try and answer all the ones I can get back to as quickly as possible. Age of Triumph is next week. We've got the stream tomorrow. I will be checking that one out for you guys to see what in the world is going to happen to the sandbox and the new possible elemental weapons. Those should be fun for Nightfalls if nothing else. And outside of that, the world is about to change. So we've got 1 more week in the dawning version of Destiny, and we're going to go kick off the Age of Triumph to finish this game up. So thank you guys for tuning in. The streams, the videos, the support on the channel has been awesome. So let's make this thing wrap up nicely. See if we can get to 7,000 this week. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do so just by hit that little subscribe button. And if you guys have any questions about anything in this video, leave a comment below. I try and answer as quickly as possible. And as always, drop a like if you did enjoy that video. If you didn't, hit that dislike and comment below. Let me know what I can do to make these better. Other than that, have a great week. Enjoy. The stream comes tomorrow, and I will recap that one for you in case you miss it. Just tune back into my YouTube channel, and I will get that recap video up as soon as I can. Have a great afternoon. I will talk to you guys hasta mañana.